Hi guys, welcome to our channel Easy Van Life, coming from you from Belgium, which is in the midst of Europe. Well, today's episode will be all about this, extruded aluminium, or as some of you know it, 80/20, which by the way is a brand name. Well, let's get the intro rolling and see you on the other side. To begin off with, I would like to explain why I decided to move forward with extruded aluminium instead of wood, like most fan builders do, even the professional ones. Reason number one, the material is so strong that it gives me the option to use other construction techniques that will save on the weight of the overall construction. Second reason is strength. Watch this. The first issue I ran into when I decided to work with extruded aluminium was finding the right supplier. It didn't seem that easy, and on top of that, you have different types of extruded aluminium. And as being new to this extruded aluminium, I seriously didn't know where to look and which was the right aluminium or extruded aluminium for the project. The second issue I ran into after I understood how extruded aluminium works is that finding all the nuts, the bolts, the connectors which fit is, to be honest, a little bit of mind-boggling. So many different types, so many different sizes, that by the time you find out which one fits for the extruded aluminium that you decided to use, which one is best for your project, that you have been spending a lot of money. And that's what happened to me, in fact. I have a whole box full of nuts and bolts and different connectors which do not fit on the extruded aluminium that I'm using for the van. So, this is a construction I made. The ESB 2020 is in fact 20 millimeters on 20 millimeters, and you get it in sizes of practically, you can get it up to 6 meters long. You can connect them with brackets, with all types and different brackets, fixated with an M4 or an M5. As you see, it has a type of star build, and in the middle a small hole. In this small hole you could pull a thread of M5. Really strong material, you can't bend it, although it's only 20 mil on 20 mil, 2 centimeters on 2 centimeters. Really, really strong. So this is the 40/40, which is 40 on 40 millimeter. It has caveats to make it lightweight, and it's called ESB 40/40. The reason I use this one, because it's extremely strong and it's super lightweight, due to the fact that it has caveats instead of filled up with aluminium. I cut a small piece of extruded aluminium, as small as I could, and you can tell it got little lips here, horizontal lips against the vertical lips, and all the different caveats which are filled with air instead of aluminium. So that makes it extremely light, but also extremely strong. What are the different bolts that I've been using for the framing of the aluminium in the Mercedes van? First off with, to mount the aluminium framing to the construction of the van, I used the heavy 45-degree elements, and I connected them with this M8 thick bolt made out of steel into the floor or into the side of the van. Then, the moment I started off building upwards of the first layer, which is on the floor of the van, in that case, I started using my aluminium brackets, and for the first layer, I always used the M8. So, in fact, I got two types of bolts here, the M8, which goes on the first layer, in this case here, to mount it. And let me take my little screwdriver to position it. And I will fixate this to the first layer of the construction. When I move upwards on the construction, say here, then I will go to M6. In that case, I will use an M6 bolt, which looks exactly the same as an M8. I'll put it in the profile, try to position it right. I'm going to turn it so you guys can see it, like this. I'm taking my M6 and I screw it in. Always use a washer, and if you're into the final construction, when you're committing to it, use Loctite on every screw. So as I explained, I used two different types of brackets. One bracket made of cast iron and the other bracket made of aluminium. So both of them are really strong. There's a big weight difference. And let me show you how big that weight difference is. The first bracket, being the cast iron bracket, weighs 137 grams. The second bracket, made of aluminium, weighs only 28 grams. And as the biggest part of the build is made out of brackets out of aluminium, I'm saving weight on that side too. So that was it for this episode about extruded aluminium and the difficulties you will run into. So see you next week, where I'll show you how we build the framing in extruded aluminium. It will be more hands-on than today, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Bye-bye.